two big, gigantic mess ups that have pissed off fans,
Bro, y'all ain't even gamers.
gamers, people feel very much spit upon. Or
Really? Even though Naughty Dog came out with some of the most garbage remasters and remakes, and people still bought them, but yet the PlayStation community wants to say, we got spat upon. Oh, really?
being condescended to. And I want to talk about it because I feel like the best way to sum up both of these controversies is disrespectful.
Oh, they disrespectful. You know, let's act like a multi-billion-dollar company care about us, man. You see, I would go as far to say that PlayStation is dead, man. Look at that, bro. They already see the writing on the wall, bro. Ain't nobody gonna support intergalactic garbage. It is what it is, man. Ain't nobody want to play these games with all these bald-headed females, man. Because to be honest with you, it has nothing to do with a female character. It has more to do with the fact that you guys are creating these characters to essentially aggravate and piss people off. That's exactly what it is. What happened to the old days when they created characters solely because they wanted to make an ambitious game to the people that was going out there buying them? But no, fast forward to 2024 and companies are out here making games all due to political agendas. It is what it is. It's official. I'm sorry. I'm not supporting any game that's doing that. I don't care who it's from. Because at the end of the day, if you want to make the character like that, that's fine. But when you got people like the developers from Avowed saying, oh, we're putting pronouns because we want to make Elon Musk angry, then I'm sorry, bro. That's the type of stuff that is harming the gaming community. If you want to make your character like that, that's perfectly fine because gaming is an art form. But at the same time, if you guys are only doing that just so you can push a political agenda, then to be honest with you, I'm not for that, man. You make a game for the gamers because we're the ones going out there picking them up and playing them.
And I want to explain why I've decided to use that word and why I feel like this whole thing is probably going to get worse. But
well, that means PlayStation's dead. You hear that, guys? Man, we can add this one. Marathon, Concord, and the Until Dawn remake. I guess we got another failure on our hands and the game ain't even out yet.
Well, let's begin. Hi, hope you're having a great day. Who plays Jordan in Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, said on her Instagram, you mad bro. But it's not just that she said you mad bro. She attached this fan art that says, fragile masculinity, 100% incel tears. So, I feel like the gaming industry is getting enormous. There are so many companies trying to make games. There's so many stuff that's AAA. There's so much stuff that is big and flashy and different and cool.
Stop the cap, bro. There ain't nothing different about these games that we see now, man. Not even the graphics, bro. You people don't want to admit, man, the same people that have faith in the PlayStation 6, 7, and 8, well, guess what? Development, all this is going to take longer to make, man, including the budgets. This is why we tried to tell you that Sony will not be able to coexist in the future of video gaming. This has nothing to do with the fact that they're not being successful. It has more to do with the fact that they're running out of money.
That these people, these studios, these publishers, these developers, they're constantly fighting for your attention. There's been a lot of talk about the fact that more and more gamers are playing games that are 5 years old or 10 years old. Because let's face it, older games run perfect. A lot of times if you played on PC, it's got Last of Us fan. I'm sure you've heard about the fact that The Last of Us Part 2, obviously a very controversial game. It did a lot of stuff that we did not enjoy. I'm a person that was obsessed with The Last of Us, incredibly bizarre to me. But let me talk about the other controversy that does actually piss me off.
Uh-oh.
So,
here we go.
Naughty Dog just posted their holiday Christmas card.
Okay.
Now, what's weird about this? Just actually look at this. So we've got the new character Jordan. It looks like they're actually on Jordan's airship from Intergalactic. Oh, what's that? Abby from The Last of Us.
Okay.
Affectionately touching Joel on the shoulder. Here's Ellie. This is Nadine.
No, that's Chloe. What are you talking about, bro? You claim to be a PlayStation fanboy, and you don't even know your own characters.
Is Drake from The Last of Us.
Drake from The Last of Us, bro? You sure you playing any of these PlayStation games like you claiming on your channel? How is that Joel from The Last of Us? That is Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
Why am I talking about? This is Drake from Uncharted. This is such a weird picture for like 15 different reasons.
How?
And I do
give us the first one,
this
buddy.
Is disrespectful because a lot of people are talking about the fact
it's
that
disrespectful.
Bro, this character bashes the brains of this guy out with a golf club.
And guess what? In Smash Bros, you can play as Mario beating up Luigi, and that's his brother, but you don't see the Nintendo community complaining. Bro, you know what, man? And the funny thing is, I just picked up Mario Brothership game, and yet, when I play Smash Bros, I'm out here beating up my brother as Dr. Mario. Huh? Bro, you PlayStation ponies are just stirring up any sort of controversy that you guys can find, bro. Y'all like, well, GameStop, that was a great counter. Exactly. Oh, they can't hold each other because, in the game when I played it, that shows you how attached to these games that you guys are. That's how you know these games that you're playing are movies. Because only a person that watches movies would say something like this.
Why would you be hugging him? Why would Mario be beating up his brother in Smash Bros? Why would he do that? I don't understand. Matter of fact, I think Super Smash Bros is woke because I don't get how you play as Princess Peach and yet she on a team with Donkey Kong, and yet Donkey Kong is the one that took you up to the... Bro, I think you're thinking a little too deep with this, man. How can she be on the same team as Donkey Kong when Mario was jumping on barrels in the arcade to save her? That don't make sense. Bro. The whole framing of this sucks. But also,
wow.
What about the other stuff?
Here we go.
Naughty Dog is not just these movie games. Naughty Dog...
You sure about that? Because they've been like that since the PlayStation 3.
One who's worked there actually been there the whole time. This to me does feel actually disrespectful.
Oh, really? So you guys are mad at the fact that, I get it for Jak and Daxter, a game that they actually own. But how are you guys upset about Crash Bandicoot? You know who owns that? Microsoft. Naughty Dog never owned Crash Bandicoot. This is something that a lot of you ponies don't understand. And this is the problem with the PlayStation brand, is the fact that a lot of you guys got attached to intellectual third-party games. It is what it is, man. Naughty Dog worked on the 3 times. Actually, look at a documentary. Naughty Dog was quite sad that they had to move from Crash Bandicoot. So that's why Jak and Daxter was supposed to be their successor, which failed. Crash Bandicoot was never owned by Sony Naughty Dog, bro. Look it up for yourself. They only worked on the 3 games because it was convenient for them to do at the time. That is it. That's why when Universal wanted to bring their games elsewhere, you can clearly see that's exactly what they did with Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, etc., etc.
And I mean that legitimately because
really?
Not only is it just erase their own legacy, but
what do you mean erase their own legacy? Crash Bandicoot... Hold on, what?
This is like some weird PlayStation mandate where they're like, no, we only want to show games that you can currently buy on the PlayStation.
No, they want to show games that Naughty Dog actually owns. Are you stupid? Are we really going that far, guys, to think that? Look it up for yourself right now, bro. I'll probably make it in my community tab to expose that Naughty Dog has never owned Crash Bandicoot. Universal did. Which is now owned by Microsoft. So I guess you could say Microsoft owns the IP now. What are you people complaining about? You see?
Crash Bandicoot is the first PlayStation game I ever saw. And it blew my mind. The first time I ever saw a PlayStation, a neighbor kid got it. I didn't even know what the system was. I came over, he booted it up. There's the famous PlayStation startup screen. The sound was crazy. And he started playing Crash Bandicoot 1. Which to me felt like such an advanced jump over boring-ass Mario, right?
What? Bruh. Uh-oh. I have to take my glasses off for this one. Did you just say a game that ain't even 3D, mind you, was way better than Super Mario 64? Because, at that point, you just said boring Mario. What is you talking about, bro? Super Mario 64 is an actual 3D game. Why do you think you just keep roaming through a linear path? How about you jump on that little tile right there, see if you can go any further past that grass. Oh, no, I forgot. You got to run through a straight line because the game isn't really 3D. I can't believe he actually said that, bro. Really?
That is not just a cool part of PlayStation's legacy. It is the reason we have Naughty Dog today. It is the reason that PlayStation bought Naughty Dog, is the fact that they kept making great games. The fact that Naughty Dog themselves now just pretends their own legacy doesn't exist.
What do you mean? That legacy is not their own intellectual property.
Stuff like this, it feels like the Fortnite-ification of media. Now, that's not a term I've come up. How can we continue to grab your attention? How can we continue to make stuff that you will want to buy purely because you recognize it? Maybe I'm being too hyperbolic, but I do feel
that's
like
Nadine.
all of this sucks. I do
Another
feel
one's
like
Chloe.
Intergalactic, when it comes out, I'm still excited to play it.
Of course, because you're a PlayStation pony, and PlayStation ponies are always on that pony dust, and they're going to support Sony no matter what.
Honestly, I feel like Naughty Dog games always play great, even when the stories absolutely blow. But come on. Come on, Naughty Dog. Be a little bit more aware of
How about you be a little bit more aware and understand that Naughty Dog never owned Crash Bandicoot? Now, if you want to speak up in regards to Jak and Daxter, then your point would be valid. But you need to cut the cap right now, bro. See, it's people like that are spreading false information in our gaming community, and this is why I cover these people on my channel, guys, because I don't want people running with these false narratives, and you seem to be doing a lot. Naughty Dog never owned Crash Bandicoot. They worked on the first 3 titles, and that was it. You can see a whole documentary about how they were crying and how they couldn't work on the game anymore because they never really owned it. You call yourself a PlayStation fanboy, and yet you don't even know this. Unbelievable.
Standard. I do feel like in gaming, a lot of times you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you acknowledge controversy...
How about you acknowledge gaming history? You got a gaming channel, and yet for some reason you can't even acknowledge gaming history.
Like you're putting down fans. But if you ignore it, it also just feels like people need to yell even louder to get your attention, right? I feel like that's what's happening with Ubisoft. Ubisoft's games just bomb and bomb and bomb. There's actually rumors that Ubisoft may be completely out of business next year. Well, and instead of acknowledging it or talking about it or changing stuff up.
I guess Naughty Dog isn't acknowledging the problems either, which would also mean that this game might potentially flop, which also would mean that PlayStation is dead.
They just continue to march along.
But instead, let's act like this is an Xbox problem.
And that everything is A-okay. And
that's exactly what you PlayStation fanboys are doing. We're telling you the problems of what's going on with Sony, but you want to act like everything is A-okay.
Just don't think that's working anymore. But
yeah.
This has just been my off-the-cuff.
You heard what he said. It ain't working no more. So what does that mean? Does that mean that PlayStation is dead? I mean, Intergalactic is probably going to be Naughty Dog's most expensive game yet, and you got to wait probably 2 years to play it, and more than likely people ain't going to buy it because they're taking a stand on these woke games. Like I said before, I don't care about playing a game with a female character. Like I said, the problem stems from the fact that these developers and the people that are bashing, they have no interest in gaming. They have more interest in pushing their own political agendas than to actually make a game. Now, if somebody told me, hey guys, we're making a rainbow character because it co-signs and relates to this story that we want to push for this game, therefore we made her a certain way, then that is fine. Okay, but this virtual singling that's going on and all this other nonsense about how we're doing this so we can make Elon Musk mad because he don't like the LGBT, then that's where I'm going to have to draw the line. Because like I said, you guys say that gaming is supposed to be an avenue to escape reality, but yet reality is being right there in front of you in your own video games. People are tired of it. I'm tired of it. Like I said before, if it wasn't for Game Pass Ultimate, I wouldn't, like I said, I guess I'm still supporting the concept of Avowed or whatever, but at the same time, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not. I'm putting my foot down on games like this, bro. This is why what Microsoft's doing with the live service and subscription is more beneficial, because even if you don't care for it, people are going to still say stay subscribed to it for all the other countless games that they offer. It's a much more safe approach, but putting a game out there like Intergalactic and expecting people not to change their mindset, especially what you did with The Last of Us Part 2, which a lot of people hated, this is going to be from some very troubling news if Intergalactic falls down in sales. Will Sony be ready for that after putting that huge budget in it? We'll see.
What do you guys think about Naughty Dog? What do you think about the current state of PlayStation?
I mean, I think this is far-fetched, though. Like, honestly, this holiday postcard that you guys are getting angry, these are all Naughty Dog's licensed characters. I mean, so what? Okay, Abby did that to Joel in the game, and she out here holding his shoulder. And what are y'all crying about, man? This is Naughty Dog's characters, bro. It's to show you all the characters that they worked on, including the games. Probably Joel's there, probably due to The Last of Us 1. Ellie and Abby. I could break it down for you. Hold on. Let's break it down, right? Joel's there because of his influence in Last of Us Part 1, which put Sony on the map with Naughty Dog, well, for the PS3. Ellie, older Ellie, and Abby is to represent Last of Us 2. Chloe and Nathan Drake represents Uncharted 1, while Chloe represents Uncharted 2 and 3. And Intergalactic, she represents her own game. You see how I broke that down? That makes perfect sense as to why these characters are offered on the holiday card. But y'all like, oh, I don't understand because Abby beat him. You know what's so funny? And you guys always make this about Joel. Let's also talk about the fact that Ellie and Abby have a beef amongst each other, but yet you don't see them fighting. How come that wasn't the argument? How come everything's about Joel due to the golf club? Because it's a political agenda. You see what I'm saying? Because how come you brought up that point, but you didn't bring up the point that is disrespectful, how you could have two rival characters sitting right beside each other and have no problem? You didn't bring that up. Why? Because it's two female characters. You brought up the fact because everybody was upset about what happened to Joel, which to me, honest with you, actually brought more weight to the story because it also showed you that no character is not untouchable. Because I think a lot of problems that we have in modern gaming is that we live in this plot armor. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, it really set the tone for Last of Us Part 2. I thought that was quite good, right? The storytelling with Ellie and Abby was horrible. It had nothing to do with the characters. It had more to do with the fact of how they were telling it. Abby letting her go, Ellie letting her go. And you know what I'm saying? It was just stupid. It was like this little cat fighting that they just kept doing 4 to 5, 6 different times in the game when they both could have just ended each other right away. And then I don't care. I'm going to spoil it. So if you don't want to hear it, just end the video. It's like with the part when Ellie finally gets to her, when she looked like a fiend, like a fiend on pony dust, and Ellie don't even want to finish the job. You worked all this way, you got through all these soldiers, and now you don't even want to finish the girl that you've been having a problem with from the beginning of the game. It's stupid. Joel set the game and the template perfectly, in my opinion. I had no problem with the golf club and Joel because it set the foundation. Joel hurt somebody that Abby loved, and Joel, well, yeah, and Ellie. So Joel hurt somebody that Abby loved. And Abby is going after... Hold on, what? See, that's why I don't care for these. Like, right now, I'm not even on that mode right now. Y'all like, what? Gamester? Starting to sound like Dreamcast guy. That's how you know I'm watching too many Dreamcast guy videos. My brain is rotten. Okay? But anyway. Anyways, Allie's trying to get revenge because of what Abby... Okay, got it. Joel hurt Abby's loved one. So, therefore... man, I can't get this together. Y'all probably know what I'm talking... Bro, I'm losing it, man. I'm losing it. But Ellie tries to go after Abby because of what she did to Joel. Okay, there you go. There's the revenge story because they both hurt each other's loved ones. That's the whole point of Last of Us Part 2, which I think is an interesting premise, but yet the storytelling of it was horrible. Sorry, guys, man. I've been watching too many Dreamcast guy videos, man. I'm sorry. I'm starting to suffer from brain rot. My apologies. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, take care. Peace out.